Geological investigation for site selection of dams and reservoir. Dams. Dams are barriers constructed across a river valley to impound water. Dams are built mainly for controlling floods, irrigation, electricity generation, and urban water supply. Reservoir. A reservoir generally means an enlarged natural or artificial lake, storage pond created using a dam to store water. Geological investigation for dam site and reservoir topography. Topography in large measures dictates a first choice of dams. Generally, a dam site is ideal where a valley is constricted with steep rock slopes. Geology and foundation condition. Foundation condition depend upon the geological character and thickness of the strata, which are to carry the weight of the dam, their inclination, permeability, and relation to underlying strata, existing faults and features. Foundations are better on igneous rocks with hard metamorphic rocks like granite, gneiss, quartzite, etc. than on sedimentary rocks like shale, phyllite, slate, and schist, etc. The removal of disintegrated rocks and sealing of seams and fracture by grouting will frequently be necessary. Gravel foundation, if well compacted, are suitable for earthfill, rockfill, and low concrete gravity dam. Slit or fine sand foundation can be used for the support of low concrete gravity dam, but not rockfill dam. Poorly constructed sediments like silt, sand, and gravel have low bearing strength and become weaker still when moistened. Clay foundations can be used for support of a earthfill dam but require special treatment. There may be considerable settlement of the dam if the clay is unconsolidated and the moisture content is high. Geological structures, generally, dam axis should be chosen perpendicular to the strike of geological structures. Steep beds upstream is favorable for foundation. If the bed dips moderately upstream, the dam may shear off along the bedding plane. Treatment of dam foundation. Poor geological condition can be improved by improving load bearing properties and controlling seepage. If the foundation is on the highly jointed rocks, grouting is usually done to seal the joints and fractures, thus increasing the strength as well as sealing against seepage. Geological investigation for site selection of tunnels. Tunnel is a nearly horizontal underground passage which is open at both ends. Tunnels are of different types according to their use, like traffic tunnel, hydropower hydrants tunnel, and public utility tunnels, etc. Geological investigation are very essential in selection of tunnel site. Following our classification: selection of tunnel route, alignment. There might be available many alternate alignments that could connect two points through a tunnel. Selection of excavation method. Tunneling is a complicated process in any situation and involves huge costs which would multiply manifolds if proper planning is not exercised before starting the actual excavation. Selection of design for the tunnel. The ultimate dimension and design parameters of proposed tunnels are controlled besides other factors by geological constitution of the area along the alignment. Assess, assessment of cost and stability. Their aspects of tunneling projects are also closely interlinked with the first three considerations. Since geological investigation will determine the line of actual excavation, the method of excavation, and the design of excavation, as also the supporting system, lining of the excavation, all the estimates about the cost of project would depend on geological details assessment of environmental hazards. The process of tunneling, whether through rocks or through soft water, and for what purpose, involves disturbing the environment of an area in more than one way. The tunneling methods might involve vibration induced through blasting or ground cutting and drilling methods. The geological information required for tunneling projects may not always be similar to that required for other civil engineering considerations. Preliminary surveys, these are conducted by routine geological, geophysical, and geochemical methods in modern practice and for major tunneling projects. Such fast techniques as area photography and seismic surveying are commonly adopted in combination with routine surface methods. Following geological characteristics are broadly established for entire area in which tunnel project is to be located. As a result of preliminary surveys, the general topography of the area marking the highest and the lowest points, occurrence of valley, depression, bare and curve slides areas, and hilly regions and cold climates. This snow line, the lithology of area, meaning thereby the composition, attitude, and thickness of the rock formation which constitute the area. Detailed survey, once the general run of tunnel has been decided, planning for its construction begins. Such plans require fairly accurate data about rocks or ground to be excavated for passing through. Such data are obtained by borehole drilling along purpose alignments and out to desired depth. The number of boreholes may run into dozens, scores, or even hundreds, depending upon the length of the tunnel. Rock samples obtained from bore holes are analyzed for their mechanical and geochemical properties in the laboratories. Geological profile of tunnel, when all the geological information gathered from preliminary and detailed survey is plotted along a longitudinal section, the axis of the proposed tunnel being the section line, a geological profile is obtained. Such a profile generally provides information regarding the following aspects of the proposed route: location and depth of exploratory bore holes and shafts, etc. Types of rocks and the geochemical characteristics such as whether consolidated or unconsolidated, fissured and decayed or fresh. Geological investigation for site selection of bridge. A bridge may be defined as structure built over a river, a dry valley, lowland, or an estuary, or any depressed part of the land to provide a link between two opposite sides. In most cases, location of bridge is decided more by socio-economic factors than by geological consideration. Thus, there are seven bridges over River Jhelum connecting the two parts of Srinagar city in Kashmir within a total distance of 5 km. On the contrary, there is only one bridge over the River Chenab at Ramban, Jammu province, connecting the valley of Kashmir with the rest of the country. That may be true for the most of the other big cities, states, and countries of the world. This is unlike tunnels where alignment is primarily and essentially controlled by geological consideration. In any major bridge construction project, the designer is keen to place the bridge abutments and piers on as sand, strong and stable rock foundation below as possible. This being so, the geological characteristics that need to investigate and thoroughly establish are depth to the bedrock, nature of the bedrock, structure depositions of rocks. Depth to bedrock, in most cases, river bed below the water is covered by varying thickness of unconsolidated natural deposits of sand, gravels, and boulders. Such loose materials are not safe as foundation for bridge piers for at least two reasons. First, piers placed directly on them would be unstable. Second, the cover material is liable to be removed due to scoring by river water. Nature of bedrock, the very first rock encountered below the bed cover material may not be suitable as a foundation. It should be kept in mind that three type of load are to be borne by a bridge pier foundation. The compressive vertical loads due to weightage of the bridge span and that of pier material. The horizontal load due to thrust of the water flowing above as transmitted directly and through the pier. The dynamic complex load, often inclined and shearing greater due to heavy traffic on the bridge. Consequently, the bedrock selected as foundation for the pier must be strong enough to bear the sum total of all these loads, not temporarily but throughout the proposed life of the bridge. Structural disposition. Ideally, the horizontal attitude and uniformly massive structure with depth are desirable characters in the foundation rocks, as these offer inherent resistance against failure. However, even inclined rocks in a confined situation under the bridge piers are considered quite safe if possess normal strength values. Geological investigation for site selection of roads in hilly regions. Meandering. Construction of a road in hilly region is always a job fault of many complications. Thus, the most important principle for road alignment based on connected two visible points by shortest route is most difficult to be followed in hilly regions. Aerial survey. Similarly, another very important complication in the area that has to be surveyed in the specified time. This will require obviously use of some quicker methods of surveying. Rock consideration. If some solid and stratified rocks are encountered along the alignments, special investigation should be carried out to determine dip and strike of the bed, lithological composition of the rocks, presence and nature of faulting, jointing and permeability due to these secondary planes of weakness. Geological structures. The structure features of rock, especially in those of sedimentary and metamorphic origin, have very important bearing upon the design of cuts as well as on the stability of the road as a whole. Such structure features include dip and strike, joint, fault planes. Dip and strike. There may be three possibilities for making a cut in the inclined beds. It can be made parallel at right angles or inclined to the dip directions. The relative merits of the cut with its stability would be as follows, assuming other things are favorable. Cut is parallel to dip direction. In such a case, the layer offer a uniform behavior on either side of the cut, and as such, the risk of failure is minimal on this account. Cut is made parallel to the strike. Cut is made parallel to the strike, that is at right angles to the dip direction. Cutting inclined to the dip and strike. In such cases also, the strata will dip across the cutting and the slope of the cutting will be unequal on both sides. Joints. These influence the stability of cuts in the same way as the bedding planes. When present in great abundance, joints reduce even the hardest rock to a mass of loosely held up blocks on the side of a cut, which cut tumble down on slight investigation. Faulting generally leads to crushing of the rock along the fault planes and shear zones. Groundwater conditions for road. It is always necessary to investigate thoroughly the position of water table of the area. Not only that, water bearing qualities should also be known along the proposed route. Earthquake. An earthquake, in simplified, is a shaking of the earth. It is a natural event. It is caused due to release of energy which generates waves that travel in all directions. The location below the earth's surface where the earthquake starts is called the hypocenter, and the location directly above it on the surface of the earth is called epicenter.